There is news in the air that the US is interested in selling the F-35 to India. The report is not very new, and the discussion on providing with F-35 has been going on for over a year. The news has resurfaced again as the US-India ties are strengthening. While the discussions and speculations are still ongoing, I would like to demystify the F-35 for you and whether F-35 would really be a good fighter for India. F-35 is the fifth-generation stealth fighter developed by Lockheed Martin. It is a single-engine fighter, lighter in weight than its cousin F-22 Raptor. F-35 took its first flight in 2006 and entered the U.S. Air Force in 2016. There are several variations of F-35. These are F-35A, F-35B, F-35C, and F-35 Iadur. Some other F-35 variants are under development as well. In this video, we are going to discuss the ones that are available now. The F-35A is the basic variant. It costs $110.3 million. During the early days, F-35 had some issues, which gave it a bad rep in the age of social media. However, the statistics show that only 4 F-35 fighters crashed in the last decade. This information already puts it well ahead of its well-known predecessor, F-16, which crashed at least 5 to 6 times more than the F-35 during its early years. F-35B, costing about $135 million, is the vertical takeoff version of F-35. This version was produced to mitigate the shortage of space in the aircraft carrier. F-35C is about $117 million and is specifically designed for U.S. aircraft carriers. The U.S. currently has 450 F-35s and will include about 2,500 by 2040. F-35 will completely replace aging F-16s. Israel developed their own version of the F-35 in collaboration with the US, called F-35 Iadur. This model is basically F-35A with Israeli equipment and navigation systems. The floating information suggests that the USA will provide a modified F-35I to India. If the US gives F-35 to India, it will not be F-35I, but F-35A. Then India will assemble it and will incorporate indigenous equipment and navigation systems. Now, let us consider for a moment that the US is giving F-35 to India. The question is, will India need an F-35 at all? Let us analyze India's necessities for fighter jets. India surely needs stealth fighters, and there is no doubt about it. For that reason, India is developing its own stealth fighter called AMCA. AMCA, which is the 4.5 generation fighter, will have some stealth capabilities. AMCA will be a significant upgrade on India's own light combat aircraft called Tejas. The AMCA, however, will take a few years to develop, followed by the first flight and then recruitment of the jets in the Air Force. All these steps take years to complete. But India can utilize stealth fighters now, especially when India is facing threats from PRC, which already has stealth fighters. Now, let us look into the strategic advantages and disadvantages of India's air dominance. India currently acquired Dassault Rafale fighters that have excellent mid-air turning angle and maneuverability that are extremely important during dogfights. India has its own Tejas, which is a very lightweight fighter jet with dogfight capabilities comparable to the F-16. The flight ceiling of Tejas is also more than 56,000 feet, which will be very useful during high-altitude warfare, where the air is very thin. The light weight of Tejas also helps. Compared to Tejas, F-35 is heavier, and its flight ceiling is comparatively low, about 50,000 feet. Although, stealth is definitely an advantage of the F-35. On the other hand, to counter the stealth capabilities of Chinese aircraft, India acquired S-400, which I have discussed in our previous video. Please watch it for the details. To counter Pakistan, F-35 is not that important. India's present fighter jets are enough. The concern about Pakistan is somewhere else. Pakistan recently developed small tactical nuclear missile capabilities that could pose a threat to India. I will discuss that in some other videos. Finally, the cost of acquiring an F-35 and assembling it is enormous. F-35A costs about $110 million per aircraft, and further modifying it will cost extra. Even if the US provides a lower F-35 price for India, it's way more costly than Indian Tejas, which is only $25 million per aircraft. The final thought on this topic is that the news of India getting an F-35 from US itself is not confirmed. But if it becomes a reality in the near future, India may want to make a deal with the US to receive a few F-35 aircraft and the stealth technology to improve the AMCA and quicken the AMCA production in India. If you like this podcast, please like and subscribe for more interesting and exciting updates from around the world. Your support is extremely valuable to us to carry on so that we can keep bringing the most important news and analyses that really matters.